Well guys, how's it going? We are in the milk house tonight, and what you are looking at is what they call the automatic pipeline washer. It's not so automatic tonight. This morning I come here to start milking, and well, it filled this is your this right here is your wash vat, they call it. I'm gonna clean this off here. It's got the smear marks on it. But it went through the oh, now she's working. Oh, look at her go. This is your detergent. Mixing it, and then it dumps it in a tank. This is your acid. What's in here is that, which I call sanitizer, and it's another it's a powdered soap, a detergent. Let's see if I can see the tag on there. What's that? So that's what this one here is mixing. You put a cup and a half of that powder detergent in there, and you fill the rest up with sanitizer. That sanitizes your pipeline. Goes up through here. And there is a, right here, I don't know what you want to call it. It's kind of like a baffle in there that restricts the flow. And that there, up there, is called the air injector. And it's ran through this box here. So when this is on wash, it runs the air injector, so it puts a slug of air through the pipeline. And the reason why you want to put a slug of air through there, because it sloshes the water in the pipeline, so it cleans the whole pipeline. If you just run the water through the pipeline, it only cleans the bottom half of the pipeline. So that's why you have an air injector, to give it a slug of air, so you slosh the water. And yeah, we got the Christmas lights back on again, you know, because it was snowing out, and little straight pipe bagger said, you know, Merry Christmas, you know, and Easter to me, so I figured you might as well put the Christmas lights back on. But yeah, so that there is a plate cooler. We usually only use that in the summertime. That light there is burnt out. I gotta get that fixed. But we'll kind of maybe walk you guys through the whole washing procedure. Why not? Some of you guys don't know nothing about dairy farming, so I'm about to show you that. Yeah, we'll walk down here. We'll turn the other lights on here. So this plate cooler, some of you probably wonder what that plate cooler is. Your milk goes in here, comes out here. This is your outlet for inlet for water. This is your outlet for water. So basically, it's like a radiator. So you partially cool the milk while you're milking with water. This is your vacuum regulator. It regulates the amount of vacuum. When you milk in a milking parlor, and get this cleaned off here. When the pipeline is below the cow in a parlor, you usually run about 12 psi of vacuum on a cow. When you milk above the cow, you usually run right around 13.8, 14, right around there. Because when you are above the cow with a pipeline, like in a stanchion barn or basically tie stall barn, same principle, you have to factor in that you're pulling the milk up above the cow in a parlor, you're pulling the milk down from a cow, so you don't need as much as vacuum. If you have too much vacuum, you will injure the teat end on a cow, and you will cause a lot of issues. So, all right, back to the washing. When we wash, this is your receiver jar. That's where your milk comes in here. That's your pump down here. And here's your filter. This is what filters your milk. See how that sucker's pretty dirty, so that will actually get cleaned off on the next rinse. So that there's just a little bit of a, you can't see it real good in the camera. It's a little bit of a manure and butter fat that gets stuck in the pipeline. So, well, but I'll get that cleaned out here in the next wash. So that's your milk filter. So your milk's filtered once here, once at the creamery when they pump it out the truck, and then they filter it again after they bottle it, before they bottle it. So that basically there is just a vacuum jar. One of two vacuum tanks, I should say. This is your plug. This is a wash plug. Get it out here. See how that is a bigger plug. And this is your milk plug. The reason for two different size of plugs is when you're milking, you want the milk to flow through, and when you are washing, you want to restrict the water back, also along with your slug of air, so you make a slosh in the pipeline to clean the whole pipeline. So this is here a valve. When you're milking, this valve's down. When you're washing, this is the pipe that comes from your vat, your water vat. So yeah, well, if you guys have any questions, put it down in the comments. This is where you put the milkers when it's in wash mode. This is, they're called jetters. You put them in here, and that's how it takes the water from this other pipe that comes off the wash vat, pulls it down. Down here is a drain valve right here that drains it out. It's a vacuum pinch. So when this vacuum comes off, it opens up and drains it out. And that line goes into your jetters. Yes, that faucet's leaking. I know I have to fix it one of these days. Then that pulls your wash water to get through your milkers, and this wash water here goes in to help clean your pipeline. So it kind of gives it a double surge of water. We have two different kind of milkers in here. We call this a 4-star, and this is the old style here. This actually come from the old stanchion barn that we used to milk in. I like these better because they're basically indestructible. You get a new heifer, an ornery cow, they snap these ears off on there that go on your inflations and stuff. So yeah, so that's when it's in wash mode. So I figured, what the heck, might as well give you guys a little showing of that. So we just got done milking here a little bit ago. We didn't milk tonight, the hired man did, so we milk in the mornings, and my wife and daughter do. I help. I start and I help finish up. And they do everything in between in the mornings, and then at night we have a hired man that comes. Ty comes 5 nights a week, and then we got another guy, a good friend there, Craig, comes on a Saturday night and milks for us and gives us a little more time to get other things done besides just milking all the time. So yeah, so I'm gonna go up here. Oh, she's working tonight. Look at that. It's like clockwork. Oh, I'm gonna give her a little soap. I'm having a little trouble with the water heater, so the water's not quite at the right temp. you have a milking facility, you want the water to be basically almost a boiling point for washing a pipeline, to get rid of that your crud in your pipeline. And what I've been doing is throwing a little soap in there because the water heater's not working right. Just dump her in up here. And that'll help get rid of your milk fat. Yeah. So this pipe here, which comes from your receiver jar, goes through the plate cooler, goes up, goes through the wall, goes around. That's a monitor for milk temperature and wash pipeline temperature. Goes around, and then right there is a splice, and when you're in wash mode it goes back around, down, and back into your wash fat. When you're in milk, when you are milking, you get this short pipe here. That goes in the top of the tank, right there, and you swing that pipe there down into there, so then your milk goes, can't whistle tonight, into your ball tank. So, yeah. Give you guys a little explanation of all of that, I guess. That there box, this controls your bolt tank. This is for cooling, 38 degrees. You flip the switch over. When the milkman comes, the milkman does this. You put your detergent, the same as the pipeline, you put your acid in there, and he turns this dial here, the dial right there, to here, and then it runs it through a rinse, a cold rinse, a warm rinse, your detergent, which is hot, another rinse to rinse out your sanitizer detergent, and the last one's an acid. You do not want your acid and sanitizer mixing. That's a very bad thing. So, got a little too much soap in there tonight. That's alright, gotta clean the pump out anyways. Yeah, we'll show you the soap in the jars and everything, so. That'll clean that fat out of there, so. She's kind of slugging in the pumps. If you hear the belt squealing, that's what it is, so. But, not a real big thing there. You guys see the wash procedure of all the milkers, I guess. Yeah. Just got carried away with the soap, I guess. Yeah, she's not liking that. These pumps here, we have two vacuum pumps. When they first built the parlor, they told us that Well, there's only way you can milk with 12 milkers is have two vacuum pumps, and that was a line of BS that they taught us. But the best thing is, if one breaks down, these are lobe pumps. Most time, the only thing that goes out on these is the electric motor. There's a 10-horse motor on there. So, just got a switch over here. And this here is kind of dirty, but whatever. This way is for that pump, and that way is for this pump. So, when you got one broke down, right now this motor's out of service. I got a brand new motor here, waiting to put on there to run that pump again. So it's not that big a deal. It takes me about 15 minutes to switch a motor. So, but yeah, these are your first vacuum. I don't know, vacuum tanks, I guess you would call them, and that's your main one right there next to the wash machine. So. You gotta have that size of tank so when you're milking, when you're putting milkers on or a cow kicks a milker off, you don't lose all your vacuum. So that's why there's such a large tank. So you maintain your vacuum. So well, now it's stuck. See, now this should have been turned. You can feel it too. She doesn't want to turn real easy, so that's why I come in here to babysit it. Yeah, that motor, something's wrong in there. It turns really hard. It's not supposed to turn that hard, so. Oh, you're up. Look who come to see me. This was a calf in the last video that I was talking about that was cold in the manure there. She's been living in the milk house and utility room here the last day or so. So yeah, you were the popsicle, weren't you? Yeah. Yeah. Now you're living life next to the ball tank. That's a good place to be if you get hungry. Just open the valve a little bit, right? Oh, yeah, and this here is what we feed our calves. What I was telling you the other day about the treated cows. What we do is put this pipe here onto that pipe there and lay it across the ball tank, and you just shoot it into here. So that's your treated milk, and your fresh cow milk goes into here, so we can feed the calves down the calf park. All right, well guys, if you got any questions or you want me to go over or ask about something else in here, let me know. But hey, I figured once I just kind of show you what goes on in here a little bit, since I had to babysit this pipeline wash anyways, and give you a little view of that, I guess. I don't know. There, I'll let you see all the soap come out of the big vacuum tank here. And there's our towels for washing cows off. So I kind of like it too, have that soap in there. Sorry. It rinses that tank out too, because I've known guys that never get that ever cleaned out, and it's gets pretty gross in them things, so it's kind of nice to get them flushed out too. So look at all just a little bit of soap. I didn't use that much, even no more in a cup. That's good soap. See, you're just pouring out of there right there. Yeah, and the man is still running. You better. We'll have to call Rick and blow you up if you don't. Yeah, alright, well, this video's gone on long enough here, and you probably guys didn't want to know all that, but maybe some of you do, I don't know. But, well guys, thanks for watching, and hope some of you guys want to know some of this. I don't know, it is what it is, so we got guys coming tomorrow, come fix it. Just a little electric motor in there that turns the dial. It's just like your old wash machine, so nothing this newfangled push button stuff that don't work in here. I tried that already, so that only lasts about 4 months and it's all burnt up. So chemicals, water, and electronics don't work together. So yeah. Well guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. I noticed I forgot to tell you, this here is acid. I think I remember telling you that. But acid actually, what acid does, it polishes your pipeline. And so there's nothing, it polishes, there's nothing that clings, your milk, fat, everything don't cling to your pipeline. So that's what acid does, basically. It polishes your pipeline. So alright, well, that's probably enough now. I just remembered that, and I'm going to start this up here. And oh, here we go. Here, oh, look at her go. I'll let you watch that as it mixes quick. Neat, huh? Alright, this will be the end of the ending. Oh, any questions, whatever, put them in the comment section. Right? Comment, right? Like, subscribe, comment, share. Thanks, guys.